Hello everyone, it's Mary here on YouTube here, and I'm going to be reading a email here. I'm sharing an email from one of my viewers here, and it's a very long email, but I'll try to summarize as much as I can. A lot of her, she kind of can really relate to me uh, in my experience with a narcissistic mother and her she says in the email is like she's gone through quite similar to what I've gone through, and I'll just say, like I said, I don't mention names, so I would say she's older than I am, and I've gotten her email last week sometime, so I'm just now I'm just getting to it right now and responding, but here it goes. It says, "Hi Mary, I've been watching your videos and really want to thank you. It does take guts to put yourself out there. I can totally relate and understand. I have relatives that don't even know how. I have relatives I don't even know scattered all over the world. My dad's passed away in 2004. I believe he was a narc enabler. My mother, a malignant narc, a narcissist, and brothers is the golden child narc. I am no contact with both of them. That's awesome. I tried to give them a chance, etc., but I am tired of the hurt, so I had to cut them off. I have no husband, children, or any other family in this country. It doesn't. I don't even think it says what country she's from. But um, let's see. She's older than I am. I'm not going to say the age, but I have learned about narcissism in 2009, which really changed her life. So, in the year 2009, she stumbled upon the word narcissism, and I can basically just, assume that she's really empowered herself and really read quite a bit about narcissism and has ran into my channel and really has even learned quite a bit. And I'm sure maybe she might have also found other channels about narcissism and even empowered herself even more. So that's just what I'm assuming. And you know what? If you have out there, that's awesome. Very proud of you. Step in the right direction. And then she goes to say that she has put herself through college. It took forever. Had to do everything alone in her life, which really takes a lot of guts because, it takes a lot of guts to really make it out there on your own, but you have to, and I applaud you for that. It's awesome. Um, was married for 3 years to a psychopath, and thank goodness that ended, though I was devastated. Remained single since then, since 93. Feel like I've really had bad abandonment issues. I also experienced inappropriate sexual behavior too. The sexual behavior, unfortunately, I have not experienced that at all, unfortunately. But abandonment issues, uh, with my narc parents, I don't know. But I could say that I experienced it you know, with my ex-husband when we first started dating, and I've also have currently experienced it with my own fiance. Sometimes I kind of think, he wants to leave or I want to leave, but you know what? Either way, I'm ready for it. I'm prepared. And you know what? I'm not afraid to be alone. And I can advise you right here the really best way to really solve abandonment issues is that you got to be secure within yourself. And I'm learning that more and more and more. You have to be secure within yourself. There's always got people out there that's going to try to make you feel insecure. And you know what? You can't let them. Just cannot let them make you feel insecure and inferior because you know what? That's their problem. If people cannot love and accept you for who you are, but it makes me wonder, I don't know if you're starting to discover who you are, finding out who you are, which I hope that you are, because this is how you can really resolve abandonment issues and insecurity issues right there. Is you got to know who you are, find yourself out there, um, and not be afraid to be alone. I know you indicated somewhere on the email that you found God, and that's awesome. And I tell you, as long as you have God, you have everything. I'll say that you have everything, and you're not facing this alone. You always will have God. And that's how I see it. And it seems like, since you found God, that um, you know, he would never abandon you. And as far as church is concerned, I used to belong to a church, and like I said, they were just all taught to talk and not walk to walk. And I just believe church, and this is just my belief, and I'm not forcing my beliefs on anybody, but this is how I do it. First of all, I believe God's everywhere. You can pray anywhere, worship anywhere. Why should I go to a building one time a week just to show my faith, just to show my worship in God? God knows my heart. He knows my intentions. He knows my mind. He knows my thoughts before I think them, knows my actions before I take them. So that's just my belief, as far as God's concerned. But like I said, I'm not knocking anybody else's belief. If you go to church, that's fine. I'm not knocking it. I'm just sharing my experience. And like I said, if you go to church, that's fine. I'm not gonna look down on that. Completely up to you. How you worship God, how you pray to God is really everyone else's personal choice, and believe me, I respect that. But anyway, back to the email. Well, like I said, you gotta be secure within yourself, and be your own best friend. When you don't have a friend yet. But let me say something. Once you work on yourself, you find who you are, you're secure within yourself, and you wound that you heal that wounded inner child in you, and learn about love, and learn what it's like to be your own mother. You do all that, believe me, you'd be amazed at how many friends you can find. I mean, real, true friends, and you can make friends anywhere. But anyway, going back to the email, she indicates here anytime I try to have an honest conversation, I'm either hung up on, continually interrupted, gaslighted, etc. Nothing ever seems to get resolved or cleaned up. And you know what? That's the way narcs like it, unfortunately. She waits, ignores for several months. I'm assuming she's talking about a narcissistic mother, thinking everything is forgotten, but it's not. She's very superficial, and that, yeah, narcs are, and never ask about my life, not really. She says, "How are you?" but doesn't really mean it. Definitely can relate to that. She does not want to know, as I have felt like some distant acquaintance, not like a daughter. And the absolute lowest priority, trust me, the lowest priority on her list, trust me, I know. I feel you there, honey. Really feel you there. Um, I hate to say this, uh, but the this is truly the truth. I'm done. I don't want to know what her when she passes away. I'm not going to the funeral like you say. I don't want to know anything. She has put me on so much pain all my life. I cannot bear anymore. Had too much false hope for far too long, and it's too late now. And it sounds like to me, from what I'm reading here, she's really coming to that realization that she'll never have the mother that she always wanted. And like I said, I just advise to just learn how to become the mother that you want. Find out what's wounded in you. Mentioned that several times, and just learn what a good mother is to you, and learn how to become that mother so you can heal that one inner child. And believe me, you'll heal even more. Trust me on this one, because I'm constantly doing it myself. Anyway, the damage is so deep that I cannot see how it's ever changing. I can never trust him or her or my narc brother. You never will. And his children, that is a sad thing too. Never got to know them. Not that sucks. But honey, not your problem, it's theirs, and their loss. They all treat me like I'm invisible. Oh, believe me, I know exactly what you mean there. Sorry to go on here. I'm worried about being an narc too. You know what? Learn about all. It sounds like to me you know all the traits about narcissism, and the best way to not become a narc is learn those behavior. You know the behaviors that you've been taught around you, and I'm assuming that you've already learned and educated yourself about narcissism and a narcissistic mother. You know, once you've empowered yourself and you know those traits, you know that the tricks, everything else, it's easy to become not to become a narc. You know, by learning those traits and behaviors. You know, very easy to do to not become that once you, like I said, learning all about the traits of narcissism, you know, and just learn not to become one. You just learn how to become the opposite, you know. Um, and like I said, and that comes with being the mother that you've always wanted to become your own mother and be nurturing and healed and wounded as a child. You know, that's how you not become a narc, you know, and learn what love really is. But anyway, I guess I just want you to know I get your videos. It's amazing the similarities. I want to know. I just want to know God now and be a good person. I pray a lot more than I ever have. And believe me, God will help you through anything. I realize that the videos correlate to some of the Bible verses. Was not brought up in a religious home. I don't go to I don't go to church, but became a believer watching many videos that I connected dots and finally believe. Distant relatives had a good email rapport with them. Now have stopped communicating with me, and I believe it's my narcissistic mother doing a smear campaign. And believe me, yes, definitely a smear campaign. And then, sadly to say, honey, cut them off too, because if you don't, like I said, I've mentioned this before, you know, you're just allowing the distant relatives and anybody associated with your narcissistic family, your mother and golden child brother, and anybody else involved here. Um, you're just giving them continually access to you. And like I said, yes, you got to cut them off. Even them too, as painful as it is. But you can do it. Let me see here. Um, I'm really disappointed. My narc mother doesn't even want to give me a photo of my grandfather, who was also the horses like me. He isn't even her blood relative. This year I have felt alone and depressed. I work virtually all the time on it. Okay. Um, Gained 90 pounds over the years. I feel like my heart's been broken. Having a lot of narcs at a job too, so feeling very burnt out. I have a right to be here on this planet just like anybody else, or just like they are, but hard not having a safe place to land. Um, then she's wondering too, how my viewer here in this email is wondering, have I ever struggled with depression? Um, Mild depression, I'd say, mild, but I always turn it over to God to help me. But now that I have this channel to help others, I don't feel depressed at all. But I can recommend this gentleman I've mentioned several times with Scott Bensack. Check out his YouTube channel. He really has a video about depression on his channel, and it's Scott Binsack, Binsack, I believe. And I tell you, I mean, his videos may be an hour or so, maybe a little over an hour long, but let me tell you, very worth watching. He has really, he had a video about depression and all the crap he's really been through to really get over it. And he could be, and I'm not trying to pass the buck here, but that video he did about depression, it's very good, and I recommend it. But I only struggle with just mild depression, but not the extreme depression to where you can't really enjoy your life type of thing, you know. So Anyway, I also have major abandonment issues, and like I said, I suggested what you can do about those. Another concept that's so mind blowing is that they don't care. Do you think they know what they are doing? Absolutely. Narcs know exactly what they're doing, and don't let nobody tell you otherwise. They know what they are doing when it comes to abusing you. Um, I can't believe my mother can be so stupid or uncaring. Trust me, they are. Very stupid. They don't care. They have no empathy. That's the whole reality of it. They have no empathy. They don't care. Their feelings are paramount. They don't give a shit about you. Now if you had something of value, like if you had money coming out the yin yang and you're so successful or whatever, if you have something of value that would be a purpose to a narc, can go either way. Can maybe still treat you as whatever she labeled you to be, or try to use you for her own purposes, you know. But to her, this sounds like, well, you don't have no use to me. You're a piece of shit. Trust me, I get it. That's exactly how my narc mother and narc sisters really view me as. But I don't care. I reached the point, way by now. I don't care. Uh, can't believe. Okay, I have always felt like she wanted crap for me. Like you say in your videos, I believe my narc mom wants me to have crap life, but expects the golden child to have a great life and everything good. So definitely, we're both validating each other here. We're both, along with many of you out there, my viewers are, really can really relate. Sorry to scatter so much in her mind. Uh, and then she just goes on to um, say it's like a prison sentence, no family, rest of my life. Um, I don't know how I got to the age where I'm at right now and haven't somehow planned my own life, my own family. How many years have you known about narcissism? Um, really haven't really settled onto that term. This is what, 2013? So about 3 years ago. Um, and I remember going no contact with my narcissistic mom once. I even called her a narc. Well, I won't say a narc, but I did call her narcissistic. And we hadn't talked for each other in months at that time in the year 2012. And like I've mentioned before, my fiance, even though he saw what was going on, he just was all about peace and a bunch of fighting and things like that. He was always talking to my narc mom. And somehow, some way, got us back to talking again. And up until this point, since of last year, what I really just said no more. And really, within those 2 years there, from 2012 to 2014, really saw what she was all about. Realized that this caring stuff, this so-called caring and so-called I miss you type of thing, was just nothing but a bunch of bullshit to just keep her claws and her access to me, so that way she continually gossip and talk to my narc sisters and get together once a week or however often. I mean, to my gold digging sister's house, they yak and talk, get together, gossip, and as well as my loudmouth uh, narc sister, the one that is feels like she's so entitled because she took care of my dad's legal um, affairs, which the one that says really feels the need to call 10 or 20 times in a freaking day to my mom. You know, yes. You know, that's when I just knew, to really cut the strings. Like I said at Taco West, she didn't want to come to my graduation, made of a single excuse, you know, um, to not come to my graduation. And then, you know, really funny, and I just said to hell. And when I really saw, you know, the whole truth about her and really said, oh, okay, this is the same bullshit that I thought was long forgotten. No. She just had me in a 2-year facade before I finally woke up and say, fuck this, fuck you, mother, fuck you, sisters, all of you, dead to me, and moved on, no contact, wrote my letter, told her what I thought, and that's how I did it. And right now, I have my channel, thanks to Ollie Matthews' inspiration, Narcissism Survivors inspiration, and now on top of it, now I have Scott Bensack. All inspirations to keep me strong, to inspire me to be strong, and really, expose the narcs in my life and getting my story out there. And now that I've turned my channel out to now help you, my viewers, and many other people and anybody else who comes onto my channel, I'm here now. I want to help and I want to be a blessing to each and every one of you. So here I am. But anyway, but this person went no contact twice, and this is the third and final time. And this time now, third time now, your narcissistic mother is never going to change. Neither is your golden child brother. So now that you come to that reality, I'm hoping now the reality really sinks. And that you say, okay, hell with this. Time for me to do what's going to make me happy. Like I said, you got, once you realize that you don't have no family, but you know what, but you have you. Above all else, you have you. And that's more than just having family. Hey, you're surviving, you're here, and now you can make the best of your life. You can make a comeback. You can make, you can really make a comeback and really kick butt. Do things you like. To maybe dabble in some hobbies. Find yourself. Go out there and try to find yourself. Of who you are, what you want to be. Really sit and really think, well, what do you want? What do you want out of life? What do you want to do with your life? And only you can answer that question. Only you. So, let's see. I also see that you keep trying to work it out with them. Thought they'd be there. But I had blinders on. My dad on his deathbed told me he was sorry that he treated me so bad. And he told her to treat me equal to my brother, which that's not going to happen because that was the same. Let me tell you something. When my late father passed away, before he really fell downhill, he wanted my family to just cut all the bullshit and bury the hatchet and get back together and reconcile and forgive each other. You know what? My narcissistic mother and narc sisters put on this fake facade on my dad's last Christmas and made him think everything was cool and the family was back together and everything's forgiven, which I knew. I just played along, but I knew it was all facade. All a freaking facade. Gave my dad very false hope, that everything was cool, but I knew my family was full of shit, and they always will be, and I know that, my narc bio family, they're going to be the way they are, and I'm okay with it. And you have to accept, I could tell you just by reading your email about your dad being on his deathbed saying that he was sorry that he treated you so bad, and let me tell you something, what's really hurtful, and I can feel your pain right here, is that I bet right now you feel like your father should have fought for you, your enabling father should have fought for you, but he didn't have the freaking balls to do it. And I could tell you this, my late father's deathbed when he was alive, and he was wanting his family to get back together and all this crap, I felt the same exact way. He didn't fight for me. He did not fight for me like he should have. And that took me so long to try to let all that go and forgive him. And that's what you must do. But the way you forgive, you don't forgive the person, you don't forgive the father. It's like I don't forgive my late father, but the way to forgive is you live your life that makes you happy, You live the life knowing what your abilities are, what you can do, and take advantage of the abilities and the gifts that God gives you and make a life for yourself. That's how you forgive. You just basically you let all the bullshit go, and you get on with your life. That's forgiveness, and I'm learning that all the time. So, let me see if there's anything else here. I remember crying my eyes out looking at her. She rolled her eyes and had a demonic expression like on her face. I'll never forget that. I can't believe I'm related to her. If I didn't look like her, I would think I was adopted. Um, anyway, I babbled on. Thanks. I'm not going to mention her name, but you know who you are. Sharing this email and your experience, and I really feel your pain. And all I can say, my narc mother, absolutely the same. And you know what though? From time to time, uh, you know, what I did, there were some things that my mother gave me, and I recently threw them all in the trash. I mean, she gave me a picture of me and my dad in this cheap ass picture frame. She gave me this so-called grandfather clock that was she thought was so valuable, which really came from a rental place. I threw all that away. Everything my narc mom gave to me, I threw it all in the trash. Everything. I sure did. Because I didn't want any part of my narcissistic mother around me. Got rid of everything, and, because I don't want no part of her around me. And I was the same way when I divorced my first husband. And what I did with my wedding dress, I gave it to a gay guy that my fiance knew that, you know, did dresses for drag queens. And I just put it on his porch and it's plastic and all, and put it on there and left it there because I'm the kind of person when I get rid of somebody in my life, you know, anything that I have that reminds me of them that was given to me, anything that resembles them, I don't want around me. I throw it away or give it to somebody that can use it because that's just the way I am. My fiance on the other part of me, he's got pictures of his ex-wife and you know, um, and some other things, and I don't touch it, and that used to bother me, but he's just a sentimental person, and I respect that, and as much as I want to throw those pictures away, I don't, um, because now I'm his woman, he's my man, and that's all that matters. And he's like I said, he's a sentimental, reminiscent person, and I respect it and I accept that of him. But anyway, that's probably another thing that you can do to probably heal anything that your narcissistic mother ever gave you. Pitch it. You don't want any part of her. You don't want her. You don't want no residues of her around you. That's the best way. One of good things to heal. So, like I said, I've known about narcissism ever since 2012, and now that I want to educate and inspire others by sharing my story out there and helping others who are hurting and that suffer through narcissistic abuse through their mother or father or both or family. That's now what my channel is all about, helping everyone that's gone through this abuse. That's now my purpose now, and it's my voice. And yes, I'll reiterate again, it takes a lot of guts um, to put myself out here. It really does. And I just want to be the voice of people that are victims of narcissistic abuse through their narcissistic mother, parents, siblings, etc. Um, I want to be the voice for you. Because I know there's many of you that are just really too afraid of putting themselves out there, sharing their story. But you know what? If you want to use me as that vehicle, that's why I invite the emails to share it on my channel. But like I said, in your email, please, please, please really include near the end of your email or at the beginning or somewhere on the email, indicate that, hey, it's okay for me to share. And like I said, privacy, I will always respect. Won't mention names, and age, it depends. So I'm hoping that this video has helped you out. And like I said, I continually welcome your emails, comments, private messages, and people that are new on my channel. I welcome you with open arms. So I'm hoping that everything that I shared here in this video has really, really helped you. And I'm hoping I've given you some ideas on how to move on. I will sign off for now. This is Mary Ellen. Much love, much wellness, and by all means, stay strong. Thank you. In my next video, before I sign off here, is going to be about coming back despite the narcissism abuse that you were exposed to, having a comeback life after narcissistic abuse from your parents, and I share a couple of I think maybe two good examples, and then I share more something very important that I never shared to you before. I won't tell you, so that's why you gotta tune into the next episode, which will be happening very, very soon. So this is Mary Allen signing off. I wish you love, peace, and happiness. I love all of you, and stay strong. Bye bye. Take care for now.